What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Viewer Before. I'm NeonMushroom, and today we're playing a really cool deck from the MTGO League that just happened recently. You can see it if you go to MTG Top 8. You can look straight at the Premodern segment of MTG Top 8, and it'll be in the recent deck drop. This is Esteban Opazo, I believe is how you pronounce his name. That's how I pronounce his name, because I'm bad at pronouncing words that have more than a syllable. This is their Burn-A-Tog or Grixis Psychatog list. I have no reps on this. I'm very excited. What are we doing? Let's talk about the stuff we know about in this deck. We've got Psychatog. We know about, Psychatog. I know Psychatog. But there's no gushes. And I think that makes sense because we don't have near enough islands to support it. We're going deep on Factor Fic though, and deep analysis. And then we've got some weird stuff. And the not weird stuff, Duress, AK, Mana Leak, that's all known stuff. Everything else is strange. We are playing Burning Wish. Burning Wish lets us get a sorcery from outside the game, which is our sideboard, and add it to our hand. We'll talk about all the sorceries in a minute, but Burning Wish costs 1 if you have a Nightscape Familiar. Nightscape Familiar makes blue and red spells that you cast cost 1 less to cast, meaning that all of our Mana Leaks and AKs are 1 mana, our Psychatog is just 2 mana, our Repulse, which is in here as a 1 of, is 2 mana. Then we've got Factor Fictions that'll cost 3, Flametongue Kavus that'll cost 3, Fire Ices, both sides will cost 1, which is insane. And then we've got some, I just named all the other red cards, but that's kind of what our main board's doing. And our sideboard's more important than usual because we're playing Wish. Let's look at some of the stuff we can do. The first one that sticks out to me is Upheaval. Psychatog can do a really cool combo kill with Upheaval, where you generate a bunch of mana and then jam your Upheaval to bounce everything, then use your floating mana to play the Psychatog and set up for lethal. Upheaval costs 6, which is kind of expensive. It's still going to cost 6, but now we've got 3 copies of Upheaval because Nightscape Familiar will make Burning Wish cost 1, and it'll make the Upheaval cost 5, and 5 plus 1 is still 6. So it's kind of like playing a bunch of Upheavals in our deck that happen to cost red, blue, and 3 instead of blue, 4. We've also got Deep Analysis, which is another card we can wish for. Haunting Echoes, which in some matchups will just win the matchup by itself because your opponent is playing this long, dirtily game, and simply resolving this will be enough. Perish is going to be very good against all types of decks. We got Chainer's Edict. Our 4th Duress is in the sideboard for reasons, Burning Wish reasons. Meltdown and Pyroclasm are 2 types of board wipes that can also be very good. This deck I have no reps on. I'm expecting for this to go super poorly, but we're going to jam it anyway. Dear God, what is that Tog art? It's just the MTGO Tog art. It's awful, I know. It's not the Dr. Teeth that I signed up for, but it's the one that Mana Traders gave me. That's all I need to know. Let's hop into some games. Hi, good luck, have fun. Chat, we found an opponent. And this hand looks kind of weak because we simply don't have black mana. And black mana, I believe, is very important for how our deck wants to function. Because we've got Nightscape Familiar and Duress, which we can't cast, and then a bunch of Burning Wishes that don't really get anything of consequence. So I think awkwardly, we kind of have to mulligan this to mana problems. Mulligan, this looks much closer to a normal Tog hand with 2 AKs. I think we're keeping this and just pitching an island. No funny business happening yet, just normal AK stuff. The Fire Ice is a little bit weird, but we can always cast the blue half. Blue to the bottom, done. Please don't Cabal Therapy naming AK. That's not Dr. Teeth, that's more like Insurance Agent Teeth, so true. So true. Untap, take a draw step. It's Nightscape Familiar. That's a banger. All right, we're going to pass. We might just jam this Nightscape Familiar. Unless our opponent plays Sphere of Resistance. It's just a Treetop Village. It's 2 green sources, so I feel pretty safe, actually. Just going Swamp to Nightscape Familiar, go. This is a weird one. I haven't got a chance to play this in Premodern yet because it doesn't see a ton of Premodern play, but I've been excited to. Hopefully I can untap with it, but that's a white source, so maybe not. Not so much. That's fine. We'll gain our life. Do you have the Oath? You got a Sphere of Resistance. Okay. This is actually kind of fine. We're now at the point in the game where we can cast our 2 drops as 3 drops, including this Mana Leak, so we're just going to pass. If they go to attack with Treetop Village, I'm probably just going to tap it with Fire Ice. Although that'd be weird here, I'm representing a board, interaction. All right, they're just playing Wasteland. I don't have anything to Wasteland, which makes me really happy. We're going to fetch for a basic island, and I'm just going to tap for 3 and cast AK. Hello from Brazil, Mr. Mushroom. What's going on, baby? How you doing? There's a basic mountain, which is really good because there's still a Wasteland there. Let's make our opponent know we're up to weird shit and play the mountain and pass the turn. All right, opponent, what you got? I kind of want them to do nothing so I can just cycle my second AK, but that may be a tall order. Second Wasteland makes me very happy we didn't draw any non-basic. Normally Wasteland's not good against Tog, but this version of the deck does have more non-basics than average. Tap for 2, 3, 4 Thermokarst. What if you cut that shit out? And ooh, that's too many manas. What if you didn't do that? Right? Obviously leave me alone. Thank you. All right, looks like we're playing against green-white Oath Pawns. Another Fire Ice. We're going to keep holding our mana up. Circular Logic still live against like another Thermokarst or something. There's one land in the graveyard, so if they just jam Terravor, there's another Thermokarst, so yeah, we're gonna Circular Logic. Cast, target, blue, blue, black, red. Leave my lands alone, obviously. All right, take a little on-tap ski, draw. Burning Wish. I don't think I want a Burning Wish here. It's a little bit medium because I have to pay 3 for it, so I can't cast the thing I get. What I can do is AK, because I've got this Repulse up. I kind of want to hold up Fire Isis for a bit longer. I'm just going to keep passing. Now, if they go Thermokarst or Winter's Grasp, I'll just cycle the AK and try to find a land that way. Only if the enchantments cost a lot. Enlightened Tutor seems better if they are low mana value. Are we talking about... Oh, so let me pitch this idea and see how it seems. Rector and Black-White Control for an enchantment toolbox. I see what you guys are talking about. That could be cool. I just don't like that Enlightened Tutor is inherently card disadvantaged. AK, draw 2. Okay. No luck on the land. Duress. I've seen worse things. Maybe we Duress and try to set up the Psychatog, right? I could see that being pretty good. Yeah, let's Duress our opponent. What you got, dude? Another swords for me? Cataclysm? Get the fuck out of here, Cataclysm. Yeah, see ya, dude. So we know they got Mox Diamond and Naturalize. No Cataclysm. This is the turn where they probably just turn a Treetop Village sideways, which is like fine. I do have Meltdown in my sideboard if they go to play Mox Diamond. 1, 2, 3, 4. All of the herd. Pretty bad against Repulse, thankfully. All right. They could have taken that turn to attack with Treetop Village, but also like I was tapped out, so. Drawing basics every turn here has been phenomenal. I think I do want to take this turn to get my Psychatog into play. They'd have to top deck to be able to beat it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then ship the turn back to you, my dude. Right now we've got 11.5 damage. If we simply draw a Factor Fiction, it can go up to potentially 14.5, but they're at 19, so we're not in lethal range yet. We do have the Psychatog, which I think we're going to be using defensively. They don't attack with Elephant Token, which makes sense. We're just going to go for an on-tap here. Here, Burning, ooh, Nightscape Familiar is phenomenal here, actually. It's going to counteract the Sphere of Resistance. Yeah, we'll go black, red, 1, Nightscape. Now our Isis cost the normal amount of mana. And it makes our Burning, now we've got some plays opened up to us. Let's see, Burning Wish into... I really don't know exactly what we want to do. There's a few ways we could go about it. We know they've still got Naturalized Mox Diamond. They're casting the Mox Diamond. I don't care about that. So they're pitching a land. So we know their only card in hand is Naturalized, meaning they don't have any plays here. They're just kind of sitting here doing nothing. There is no wonder in the deck. That's correct. I don't think. Let's actually take a look. That's a good question, actually. No, I do not see a wonder. Although, is there anything to help with it? Yeah, in the sideboard, we can simply Upheaval and set up lethal that way. That said, we do have Perish, which we can get whenever we want. I wonder if we're supposed to cycle through one of these Fire Ices now. I think we will. Ice, cast, we'll tap down the Elephant Token. Draw a Lightning Bolt, not bad. All right, here I can start to force them to block, or I could go 2 mana Wish, get Perish, and cast that for, no, not Perish. Perish is gonna cost 4 still, because Nightscape doesn't reduce that way. So, oh, what do I want to do here? We know their hand, so I can kind of do whatever the hell I want to. Sorry, I have to keep looking at this to see what I've got access to. Haunting Echoes I don't think does anything. E-Plague doesn't really do anything. I can go grab Deep Analysis. What if I just take the turn to like go grab Deep Analysis, pop that in my hand, and like keep grinding? I can just not attack, keep all my mana up. Yeah, we'll do that. Red, blue, Burning Wish. Look at all these goodies. I don't think I care about Meltdown. Yeah, I think we're just gonna grab, is it just better to grab Perish still? Then I can bolt one of their Treetop Villages. I've got another Burning Wish. Maybe I just wanna find Deep Analysis for now. No, we'll grab Perish. Yeah, I'm gonna be respectful and grab Perish. Then we can jam Psychatog. Is that better than anything else we can do? I can't stop a Cataclysm anyway. Let's just jam a Tog as well. We're actually getting like kind of close to lethal. All right, opponent, you may go. Because next turn, I can just go 4 mana Perish, attack with both Togs. They man up a Treetop Village and bolt the Treetop Village. That's interesting. Right now I have access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Draw a card at the top, 14.5 if you count the Nightscape Familiar, 15.5 damage, which is a lot. All right, they're just passing. There's a mystery card in hand. If they have something to deal with my Togs, they need to cast it now, I think. Untap, draw. Circular Logic. Well, now I can be infinitely patient. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Perish. That's tight. Go to combat. Attack with both Psychatogs. I'll keep a defensive one and not offensive one. That way I don't have to put, if they like activate both Treetop Villages, I don't have to use a ton of resources to just kill one in combat. Yeah, you activate Treetop. They have to do that here because they could just die depending on what my hand is. Yep, go to blocks is fine. Yep, before damage, I'm going to exile 2. It's going to be Fire Ice Duress, pump my Tog up, and then I will do it once more, and I will get rid of Polluted Delta plus Circular Logic, and then I'll let those pumps happen and we can go to damage. Bust up that treetop village, and then I will pass the turn. Blue, black, red Tog sounds like fun. It's basically burn plus Tog. Kind of, yeah, it's more about the burning wish, because we're not really playing a ton of burn. We've got like one lightning bolt and a bunch of fire ices, but I think the intention is to use fire ice on the ice side more times than not. Although it does clean up like weird flyers, like birds of paradise and stuff that can stop you from dealing lethal. They fetch, that's fine. The only card we still know is the Naturalize. They can't resolve anything because I've got Circular Logic. They do have Sphere, but I've got Nightscape Familiar. Terravore is a 3/3. I don't care about your Terravore, sir. Plains, we know the only card in their hand again. All right, I think they're just dead now. I need to do some counting. Let's see what we draw. Swamp. Okay, so we can kill the Terravore simply because they tap their wastelands like dinguses, so they can't pump their Terravore at instant speed. So we can like bolt the Terravore, go to combat, they activate Treetop Village and we repulse it to draw a card, and then they're taking 3, and then we're at 5 in hand. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and a half. It's still not quite lethal. Do we just keep slow rolling our opponent? I think so, right? Really no reason not to. And like Burning Wish for deep analysis. For now, I think we're just going to go to combat and attack with both Togs. I don't even need a defensive Tog anymore. Like they kind of have to block. Well, they don't, but they don't know that they don't have to. All right, they're going to man up the Treetop Village. You want to block both? I think I would just sink into my Psychatogs to let you do that. And no, I think I'm better off going red, Lightning Bolt, the Terrible. New fun fact for me, Wasteland can target itself. It sure can. Our opponent concedes. I think that makes sense. They're kind of in Grixis soup right now. Just getting Grixis. Red Elemental Blast looks bad. Pyroclasm looks bad. Meltdown looks like a wish target. Duress looks like a wish target, but I think I'd rather just have the Duress in this matchup. Chainer's Edict looks medium. Perish, medium. This is a wish board deck, so I don't think we're going to be sideboarding too much in the first place. I think it's just like maybe we want the Duress. And if we want the Duress, we don't want to take out, hey, guess what? I'm done thinking about it. If I keep Duress and 3 Burning Wish, it's like 6 Duress. Submit deck. I'm not gonna sideboard. I'm gonna do the thing that modern Tron players have been doing for years and saying, I have Karn, I don't have to sideboard. Yeah, Wasteland being able to target itself is a pretty big game if you have a Terravore in play. It allows you to get a lot of mileage out of your Terravores. Also, if your opponent doesn't know that, it allows you to win some, you can win some games that your opponent have to find out, oh, Wasteland can target itself in. Because him tapping those Wastelands was not ideal. You could have dodged the Lightning Bolt on the Terravore, although I would be surprised if our opponent put us on having Lightning Bolt. Our opponent's on the play. We have a hand with 5 lands, Duress, and Fire Ice. It's not ideal, but we're playing against a Ponza deck. Very regrettably, our only blue source is a non-basic, but I think we're still keeping. The power level of opening on Duress and having Fire Ice to like skip over part of one of their turns, maybe make combat a little bit awkward and draw some cards, I'm keeping this on the card advantage alone. You've got a Mox Diamond, that's fine. This sort of deck is why I love the idea of Premodern. Flametongue Kavu, Psychatog, and Madness is playable? Hell yes. Yes, very much so. Is this a turn 1 Sylvan Library? It is. That's bad for us. But we play on. Untap draw. All right, we find a natural blue source, which is pretty cool. I think I'm pretty comfortable just duressing our opponent here. We might whiff based on the way they play their opener, but we don't. Sphere of Resistance, you can go. And they've got an Exalted Angel? Sure, you can go, opponent. Our opponent should definitely be going to 5 cards in hand here. They should just go to 11, I think. Although maybe not in this matchup so much because I don't really have a way to remove their Sylvan Library once it's in play. Yeah, they did it. They did the thing. They took the 8. They took their medicine. Winter's Grasp? Yeah, you got it. All right, now I'm going to start playing out fetches and leaving them uncracked. There's our first fetch to leave uncracked. Polluted Delta. Go ahead. 2 Fire Ices will let us buy into the late game. If they make the awful decision to put an Exalted Angel face down, I would love that. I would fire it. His mana base probably could use a Croesus' Catacombs, I agree. But I have foil signed Croesus' Catacombs, so I'm biased. I have a reason to want that. Sphere of Resistance? Yeah, that happens. I cannot stop you. You found another one. We know 2 of 4 in their hand still. They did not make a land drop yet. Makes me wonder if they have it. They paid extra life. They're at 7 now. So all of a sudden I'm close to lethal. That's interesting. Okay, they play Mox Diamond. They pitch Wasteland. So now we know all of the cards in their hand. So let's see what we can develop here, I guess. Bloodstained Mire. We're just going to pass. I've weirdly got them at like 3 life. So we'll see how that goes. They can't really hardcast Angel anytime soon either. There's a Rishid import. That's fine. That's where we're leaving our fetches uncracked. All right, they're passing to us. That's great. Untap. You're going to use that port? You probably should have, to be honest. We'll play a Polluted Delta and continue to pass the turn. If we draw another Fire Ice or a Lightning Bolt here, like we can just kill them like that. Looks like they're going to port the Bloodstained Mire. I think I'm comfortable fetching for a Swamp here. How many swamps do I have? 2? Maybe it needs to be a mountain. That way both of my polluted deltas have fetch targets. Although I've probably got extra islands. I probably didn't need to do that. Library triggers, that's fine. Just pay 4. Get that piece you're looking for. Come on, opponent. Let me double fire you. All right, they're just passing. They don't have a Thermokarst or anything. We know 2 of 3 in their hand. They can't really leverage those cards right now. Port is fine. You've got my mountain tap down. There's a Shivan Reef. I think here, we know we've got 2 more swamps in our deck. We're comfortable playing Bloodstained Mire and just continuing to pass the turn. We're playing a weird game right now, guys. I'm kind of into it. I'm kind of into this weird sub game that I'm in with my Tog deck where I've got burn magic in hand and I'm waiting for my opponent to make a mistake. Nice thing about Grixis, you get so many fetch lands. 1, 2, 3. Winter's Grasp, you got it. It's gone. All right. I'm going to continue to not crack my fetches and take a draw. AK. Hi, AK. Here's a basic. I'm going to protect my non-basic and my mountain. I'll just play an island out and then I'll pass. Non-zero chance I'm supposed to like cast this AK, but I think I'm gonna be as patient as possible on cracking my fetches. Looks like they're just passing. I think here, does it make sense to cycle the AK? I think it might. Yeah, let's fetch. We've got so many lands in hand, so grab an island, fetch again, grab another island. We've got so many islands, thankfully. 1, 2, 3. AK at your end step. Repulse is pretty cool. That'll stop an angel without us having to burn fire ices. Yeah, you've tapped an island. That's fine. Nightscape Familiar's cool. Should I develop that? I think so. Yeah, let's give them a wasteland target. They'll love that. Underground River, tap 1, 2, and then a black. Here's my Nightscape Familiar. You may go. Is one of the unknowns in your hand swords? It's not. Okay, so library does its thing. Weirdly, if they don't answer this Nightscape Familiar, if it can hit 3 times, our lethal's still good. Ooh, there's their wasteland. They can pop that now. They'd like to do with the Underground River. It's gone. Thankfully, we've just got so many lands in our hand. All right, we still know 2 of 4. There's a swords. All right, I'll gain my life. That's fine. Now we know 2 of 3. They can't develop either of them. So we're just going to go ahead and keep, the longer this game goes, the happier we are to be a part of it. Tap my island is fine. Another AK, great. All right, we're going to continue to protect our mountain. I'm fine with them wastelanding away a Shivan Reef. So we'll just play that out and plan to AK on our opponent's end step. Yeah, you library. Looks like they're just passing, which is great news. End step, tap 1, 2, and 3. AK. Ooh, more lands. We'd like that. Untap. Although I think we just lost our last fetch target for Bloodstained Mire. They don't know that though. Yeah, you've tapped my Shivan Reef. Mana Leak. With that Sphere of Resistance, it's actually not too bad. I'm going to play an island out and pass again. Very intelligently not dropping to 3. Our opponent knows what's going on here. We'll take a draw. It's a Nightscape Familiar again. Do I want to expose my only black source to get it into play? What are the chances that it lives? And what are the chances I need to do something anyway? Yeah, we'll go Swamp. 1, 2, 3, Nightscape. If they go to remove it, we could repulse it. Although I don't think that's correct. I think we just let it go if they want to remove it. Because at some point they're going to run out of swords and then Psychatog's just going to be lethal if I draw it. Yeah, Secluded Step cycling is fine. Continue. Tap Rishet Import, tap down my Deuter. Yeah, that's fine as well. Continue. Importantly, I can no longer repulse here. What a grinder. All right, Mr. 5 mana sources, where are we going now? Swords again? Yeah, I'll gain a life. All right, they're just passing. Great. Probably tap down my unique source here, which is black. With Rishet Import, would make a lot of sense. They're gonna tap the Reef though, that's fine. We draw a Duress. Yeah, let's go ahead and Duress the old opponent here. What you got, buddy? Call of the Herd, Naturalized, Sylvan Library, Wrath of God. I guess I don't really care too much about any of these, if I'm being honest. Call of the Herd represents the most aggression, so I guess we're just taking, if we take that, what do they do? Flash it back? That's fine. Yeah, we'll take the Call of the Herd. I mean, they have Wrath of God, Exalted Angel, Naturalized, Sylvan Library. None of these matter. And then I'm not even going to develop my mountain. I'm just going to pass. Maybe we develop the mountain, right? In case they tap down my island and try to get away with something that I need to mana leak. Can they do that plus Cataclysm? No, they can't do that plus Cataclysm or Armageddon. I'm passing. Library triggers. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Thermokarst, my swamp. Cut that out, obviously. All right, they can't even port me here. So what do we want to draw more than anything right now? Tog? What certainly wasn't an island, but we'll gladly play it out. All right, opponent, you're up. At this point, I'd take a Burning Wish. If we Burning Wish, what do we Burning Wish for in this spot? Honestly, just deep. Probably just deep analysis. Yep, library triggers, that's fine. Port number 2, that's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Flashback, Call of the Herd resolves. This is our repulse target, I believe. End step, 1, 2, 3, 4, repulse the token. Flametongue Kavu, that's pretty cool. Meltdown might actually be good here. I think you're right. Circular Logic is an awesome top deck here. Now I feel comfortable. Do I feel comfortable just getting the mountain into play? I think we'll still hold it for a bit. I also can't FTK because it is not a May, so it will kill itself if I just play it into nothing. Is there an Earthquake in the sideboard? There's not. That's what I was checking for, actually. I didn't see one. Is there? I don't think there is. There's not. That would be so good because we could just like draw Burning Wish, get Earthquake, and Earthquake for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. which would put them in lethal from the fire ices. To be honest, we just want to draw one of our 4 factor fictions here. That would be incredible. I agree. I think I put an Earthquake in this sideboard personally. Although I'm biased. We're in this position right now of just like endlessly playing this fucking game. All right, they're just passing. Sure. Do something, opponent. I assume they're going to tap down a couple lands in my upkeep. That may pressure me into playing my mountain. That way I've got enough up to Circular Logic if they try to do it twice again. Ooh, they're down 2 swords. Yeah, I think we will. Ooh, we don't have a black source right now. Very relevant. Yeah, we're going to play our mountain and we're just going to pass the turn. I don't think we have a swamp to fetch for right now because we drew it. Port my Bloodstained Mire, that's fine. Continue. Sylvan Library does its thing. I'd pay like infinite money right now for a Factor Fiction deck. You can do it. 1-2. Looks like our opponent wants to get froggy with the spell. Morph a card face down without the mana to flip it face up. I could Circular Logic this. Alternatively, what does it look like for me to Flametongue it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't hold up Circular Logic and Flametongue. Could be a Vigilante. I think here I could Kavu it, but then I'm down. I'm not able to stop like a Armageddon or something from happening. And I have to assume Armageddon's in this matchup. That said, if I'm not Kavuing this, what the hell am I doing? Yep, that resolves. Alrighty, on tap, draw. Where do you want to hit? Anything you want. My black source is gone. Mana Leak's pretty cool, but we have to Kavu here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Flametongue Kavu. Get the fuck out of here. All right, we dealt with the angel. Very notably, cannot fetch for a land right now. We don't have any swamps or mountains left in our deck, I don't believe. If we did, I would feel very safe because of this mana leak. Spit on that thing. Oh, it was angel. Did we see one already? Yeah, it was in the known information. I can actually cross it off now. Terravor? Sure. That's an 11/11. If that's all they got, our fire ices are looking pretty fucking good here. All right, my turn on tap. You're gonna port me? I've got a response to that. You're not gonna port me. Well, I think we play our Underground River, and then we could fire ice this, tap it, attack for 4, and then ice, attack for 4. That puts them at effectively 1. Or do I play Nightscape Familiar and then ice when they go to combat? Or just let them fucking attack because 11's not lethal? I think we're going to play our Familiar here. We'll go blue, black, colorless. That leaves us up with 2 red. Yeah, here's my Familiar. Draw that bolt. Yeah, it's a 1 of. Although we are through 30 cards in our deck. We're just going to pass here. I'm actually not going to tap down the Terravor. And they have, what else do they have here? Angel. We know they have Library, Naturalized, Wrath of God. Them wrathing their own Terravor sounds awesome to me right now. All right, that's tapped. Continue. Library happens. Yeah, I'm not sure how they actually get out from under this spot. I think we do just kind of win here. All right, we could tap this Terravor. Why would we? I can just take 11 here. Yo, I'll take 11. Ouch. I'm at 7. What now? Dude, I think you're just super dead. Yeah, it's a tap Treetop Village. We've got Library, Naturalized, Wrath of God. I can't think of anything else that'll help you here. End step? Yeah, we'll go to the end step. You've got 2 unknowns in hand. How many can you cast? I could just fire them right now. I'll do it on my turn. On tap. Okay, they don't have anything. Cool. Combat. Attack with all my creatures. Would you like to take 5? Swords to Plowshares? Let's go ahead and... Let me see. They've only got 1 unknown in hand. Yeah, let's go ahead and Circular Logic that. Cast target swords. All right, take 5. And then take 2. Fire you. GG, says Ethan. GG's. That was a grinder, but we got there. All right, that was sick. Why are we here? Let's hop into another game. All right, we found an opponent and we are on the play, which is pretty tight. All right, good luck, have fun. And this hand simply has Nightscape Familiar plus other stuff to do, so we're keeping. We'll also open on Duress to try to protect our Nightscape Familiar. All right, here's my Underground River. I'm gonna Duress it to hopefully no copies of Wasteland. That is no copies of Wasteland. Is this, oh, this is Worthy Cause combo. Task Force, Eldamri's Call. Worthy Cause is interesting. As an additional cast, sack a creature, gain life equal to that creature's toughness. Eldamri's Call is going to let them search for any creature card. And then Task Force, whenever the creature becomes a target of spell or ability, gets +0/+3 till end of turn. So they can gain infinite life like this, which is interesting. I can't Duress that though. I think we need to take, About Face will also make that lethal. Yeah, this is Worthy Cause, the life gain combo deck. I think we're going to take the Eldamri's Call. And then we're going to ship the turn. Note that we cannot Lightning Bolt. Task, we'll need to go about it a different way. There's the brush land. Nothing else to do. Love that. Untap, pick a draw. Shivan Reef's cool. Don't need red just yet. We'll go Island, tap it, tap for black. Here's my Nightscape Familiar and pass. Windswept Heath, we knew about that one too. we're fetching. They must have drawn something worth casting here. Living Wish, sure. We going to grab dude who causes combo. Yeah, Nomads and Core. And that's the one that can keep targeting the task force. So they have the combo in their hand, which is not great. So we may need to use this. Oh, Mana Leak. That just does it, huh? Shivan Reef, get Froggy, attack for 1. And we're finally going to see the power of a resolved Nightscape Familiar here. You can go, opponent. Mushroom, do you know any cool bug oath lists? The one that uses oath in the main and not the side? Yeah, you could probably just build a Parfait oath list and play the Parfait oath list with the oaths in the main and have that be your game plan. All right, they're casting Task Force. We're pretty happy to Mana Leak here. And we know that their other brush land's gone. So we know Worthy Cause, About Face, and Nomads. And now we're going to lose a life here to make a mana, and we're going to AK. There's an FTK. That's pretty cool. We'll untap, take a draw. Factor Fiction's pretty neat because we can cast it on 3 here. But for now, we're just going to attack for 1 and see what our opponent gets up to. And then pass. But yeah, if you want to play bug and you want to play like a bug control list, I would look at the Treva Oath or the slow Parfait decks. The ones that do like Ancestors Chosen and Shard Phoenix. And look at building a bug variant because I do like where Pernicious Deed is positioned right now in the format. Like the deck we're playing right now would hate to come across the Pernicious Deed. Opponent's deep in the tank about something. God knows what. Yeah, Pernicious Deed is a cool card. If you don't have them, get your paper Pernicious Deeds and start casting them. Very strong, agreed. All right, City of Brass, only 2 unknowns. What do we got here? Spiritualist. Whenever a cleric you control becomes the target of a spell or ability, it gets +2/+0 till end of turn. Interesting. That resolves. That one will not survive a lightning bolt. Very important. Looks like they're just passing. So there's only 1 unknown. So this makes me want to Factor Fic. So I'm going to. Can they do this at instant speed? Do they have like some way to target it and then for 1 mana keep targeting it? I don't think so. No, I don't think they have that. Yeah, we need to Factor Fic, I think. If not, we're about to find out something about this deck we didn't know. All right, this is just 5 strong cards and well, we need the land too. So this is just strong in general. Burning Wish versus the World right now? That can't be right. All right, Burning Wish, Repulse versus the World, and the Deep Analysis goes to the graveyard. Yeah, I'll take this pile, I think. That said, this is interesting, right? Because the land's kind of important. I think I will take pile 1, actually. I'll take the 3 pile. Land drops, big game here, I think. Do not think we do have a way to beat Infinite Life, actually. It's Haunting Echoes. All right, take a draw. We draw the Burning Wish anyway, which is just insane. We could Burning Wish for Duress, but then we're off red, and that's a little bit awkward because we may need to Lightning Bolt this thing. I think we're just passing and doing everything at sorcery speed. We could notably Deep Analysis, but we've already made our land drop, so I'm not super concerned about that. I'm just going to pass. Do I attack into this thing? Not worth the risk. Go ahead, opponent. My hand's full of cards. All right, here comes the Nomads and Core. Now, notably, they could target their Spiritualist with Worthy Cause, or with About Face. But that would also swap power and toughness, so the Bolt would still kill it. So I think what we're going to do is try to Bolt here. Because if this resolves, they're able to gain infinite life. So let's go with a Lightning Bolt targeting the Spiritualists. They've got 2 unknowns. Does one of them pull them out of the spot? Bolt works. All right, you have Nomads and Core. Now we've got Fire Ice, so we can just kill the Nomads if they go to put another piece onto the board. Although notably, we don't have red up right now, so that's a little bit spooky, but they don't have a punish for it, so that's okay. Do we want to cycle a Fire Ice? I don't think so. We'll just take an on tap. Requiem. I'll get to that comment in just a sec, Requiem. Let me see if I'm doing anything this turn. Another Nightscape Familiar is actually quite good, I think. We'll go black, blue, Nightscape Fam. Do I trade here? Hell yeah, I trade here. Attack you. They don't take that trade. We pass. All right, sure, I forgot, but what's your take regarding the Parallax Tide Wave combo? Do you think they should get changed to working where they could exile themselves? Do you think they should get straight out banned, restricted? I think something from that combination of cards needs to get banned because it's stinky. I think it's, at the end of the day, it's just a bit stinky. What is this? Shaman and Core. The next 1 damage that would be dealt to this creature this turn is dealt to target creature you control instead. 2 mana. The next time a sorcery of your choice to deal damage to target creature this turn, that damage is dealt to this creature instead. Do these things combo together? They don't. That resolves. You can have that. Yep. And now you have Worthy Cause plus whatever. Yeah, we'll go to end step. These things can't get bigger toughnesses, so I'm pretty happy to go red, fire, and then I think I can just kill either, right? Like if I put both damage there, they can split it. I think I'll just put both damage on this guy. What do we think about this opponent? All right, that's gone. We'll take an on tap. Now we can cast this Deep Analysis for 2, which is obviously insane. I think we're good keeping our color mana. Yeah, Deep Anal, target me. Land, I wish we had another red source up. Kind of just want to Flametongue this thing, but that would cost 2, and then I can't continue to hold up Fire Ice. So what I'm going to do is pass. I think playing it low and slow is good here. Don't get me wrong, we can actually beat them gaining infinite life. We are a Haunting Echoes deck, but, and if you're wondering how that wins, you simply just wait till a point in the game where their graveyard's full of shit, and you Haunting Echoes the shit. Flashback for blue is also insane. It is. As a matter of fact, maybe we should just kind of like do that right now, right? Fetch for a blue, grab it, drop to 10 life. Deep Analysis, target me. Yeah, that looks good. Pass. Another land. Looks like they got nowhere to go from here. We'll untap. We'll take a draw. Duress. This is interesting here. We can Duress their Enabler, which I think we're supposed to do here. Also, I kind of want to pain this black source. So we'll fetch, go to 9, grab a swamp, tap it for black, Duress, target opponent. All right, they've got we don't care about the Naturalize. We're going to take the Worthy Cause, and we know they've got About Face plus Naturalize, which are 2 highly irrelevant cards in this matchup. Now I suppose we just Burning Wish. Is there any reason not to? Not that I can think of. Yeah, they're conceding, it doesn't matter. What we're going to do if they hadn't conceded is we're going to Burning Wish. We're going to go grab Haunting Echoes. I know it seems weird, but next turn we just cast Haunting Echoes. It locks them out of ever gaining infinite life, and it makes their deck just a bunch of random cards. Then we just like kind of resolve Flametongue and attack them with it 3 times. We don't even need to Burning Wish. We could just attack them with Flametongue 3 times, and that would be good enough as well. Do you want anything weird out of the sideboard? We don't want any of our blasts and everything else. Well, Engineered Plague actually looks pretty good, right? Name whatever the hell the Cleric, I think is what it is. Chat, what is are all the combo cards for this deck, are they all Clerics? I actually don't know off the back of my hand. What don't we want? Not much. I could see trimming on 1 Tog, and then trimming on like, some are Clerics, others are Rebels, got it. Then maybe like, I don't know, to be honest. I like my Permission quite a bit as well. Maybe just like a Burning Wish awkwardly is not that good. Yeah, I think I'll side out a single Burning Wish just because Plague I think is that good here. Submit. This deck looks sweet, but I kind of miss Terminate and Fire Covenant. The mana base and sideboard could use a touch up, potentially. Although the mana base has felt quite strong to me so far. I like that we're not super soft to Wasteland. Is every single one of them a core, including the guy who gains life every time he's targeted? Okay, we've got Duress, which is strong. No red source, but Nightscape, yeah, we'll keep this. Fetch with Heath makes sense. Green source. Birds, sure. That seems good. All right, my turn, untap, draw. A second AK, not the worst thing I've ever seen. Let's fetch for a black source. Nope, those are Clerics. Okay, that's the one I'm the most worried about. Let's go swamp, tap for a black, Duress my opponent. They've got the Shamans. They've got the combo. They've got Shaman, add Nomad, and Core. Currently they just concede. Okay, well, sure, I'll take it. Call it 2-0. Let's play at least another game. What the hell? Why would you concede it? That was silly. We found our round 3 opponent. Hi, good luck, have fun, exclamation point. And this hand is Deep Analysis, Duress, and good mana. We probably lose to anything fast, but I kind of like that our mana functions and we've got a turn 1 play. We're going to need some stuff to go right, but the Deep Analysis can be quite good as well. I think we're going to keep this. Need that 1 of Anarchy for Wish? Could be. Although I still think Earthquake's better. Doesn't hit Exalted Angel though. A lot more elves? Okay, sure. This is probably the worst matchup possible to have a keep on Duress hand. We'll play Polluted Delta. We will fetch for black and hopefully hit a survival here. That would make this keep more worth it. Duress. Oh no. Oh, Blastoderm and Flametongue Kavu. I bet that we're playing against Fires of Yavimaya, and this hand was very bad against it. We need to start drawing Flametongues ourselves immediately. Oh, Ancient Tomb? That wasn't there when I looked. Oh, fuck. Yep, that Blastoderm's gonna be real bad for us. All right, on the bright side, the loose keep, even our better hands would probably struggle against this a bit. We drew another Duress with no text. What if I concede so they have no clue it's up? Play Polluted Delta pass. I still want to see more of what's going on here. Technically, this Blastoderm can't kill us on its own. They need to develop another creature. So if they like Flametongue their Lawnmower Elves, because Flametongue does have to have a target. Get busy for 6, sure. With my fetch, this is a kill still. Mountain down, take a draw step, burning. Nightscape from the top to chump regen the Derm forever. That would be so sick. There's only 1 card I don't know. Is there a Burning Wish target that like meaningfully impacts my bottom line this game? No. Chainer's Edict. Perish. Holy shit. What am I talking about? I can perish. Yeah. Then they FTK and they know about it. Whatever. We got to do what we got to do. Mountain. Tap for 2. Living Wish. Sorry, Burning Wish. Use the ability. Grab ourselves a Perish. And then I could Duress them. I don't think I'm going to do that. I only have 1 unknown. I'd rather just not fetch. Here, I would actually be surprised if they didn't Flametongue their own Lawnmower Elf. That would make a lot of sense. All right, I take damages down to 7, but the Flametongue doesn't kill me outright. It gives me a turn. Oh, they're just passing. That's weird. Okay, on tap. AK, fine pickup here. Island, perish you. All right, they've got 2 unknowns, and I think I need to convert this Duress eventually anyway. So we'll grab a swamp, and I will Duress you, opponent. All right, they don't have anything. It's Thomore Elves, Flametongue Kavu, 2 lands. Sure, you're up, opponent. All right, let's draw Fire Ice or Lightning Bolt. They fetch. Good thing I didn't concede. I forgot that Perish was an option here. Honestly, a solid top deck here would just be my friend, Nightscape Familiar. So they just play the elf. They're still not going to develop Flametongue. I'm totally okay with that. We keep drawing lands, but it's like kind of okay. I think we need to deep analysis no matter what, right? Like if they have some giant haste threat, that's just the way it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Deep analysis me. Repulse is a solid pickup here. We'll play out. I don't want to fetch. I'll just use colorless sources. So we'll play out Underground River. And we'll just pass. Play Carp Forest. Nope, just go to attacks. Do you have 2 giant growths underneath my Duresses? Nope, I just go to 5. They're probably a Lightning Bolt deck. There's the Carp Forest. They're just passing us, so we'll take an on-tap. Another AK, that's solid here as well. Shivan Reef, and we'll just pass. We'll let them declare attacks, then we'll like AK, leaving an unpainful red source up in case we can find a Fire Ice. All right, you declare, that's fine. Blue and a colorless AK. It's a Lightning Bolt. Will we bolt the bird? I think so. Continue. Flametongue is really awkward when you don't feed it. Woody Footy. Opponent's drawing a lot of lands here, which is good for us. Opponent is your hand Bolt. They play Sapperling Burst. That is bad. Is there a potential out to this? Not that I can think of. Yeah, you've got a Sapperling Burst. All right, you fade it. That's fine. And you've got a 6/6. All right, on tap draw. Oh, I was supposed to. I was probably supposed to AK there. All right, we'll go land. What's our out to this? How many of these can they afford to make? Let's see. When they move the next one, they're gonna have 2 5/5s. Then the next one after that, they're gonna have 2 3 4/4s. Would a one of Shadow Guildmage be worth in this list? Could be. I think Factor Fiction is going to be a little bit too mana intensive, but we need some dudes in play. I think we'll go Island, colorless. We're gonna AK now. Tog, helpful-ish, if it weren't for the fact that I needed my Repulse. We have to hope that our opponent makes a mistake here. Not horribly likely that they do so. All right, remove a counter. You've got 2 5/5s. All right, phase away. You've got 2 4/4s. Now we kind of have an out to live for a turn, which is meaningful. Attack with a couple of 4/4s. I will bounce 4. Oop, not like that. Just in case we draw something meaningful in red. We will bounce 4/4 and then go to 1. Do you have the bolt? They have the bolt. No. I Duress twice. You're not allowed to draw it after you get Duress twice. All right, game 2. This matchup, I don't think I'm sideboarding really. I'm just going to keep a less loose hand and have access to this wish board. I think this wish board is going to really shine in this matchup. This thumbnail is going to be sweet. It's going to have Psychatog. This is probably the one that goes up today because these games are way more interesting. The thumbnail is going to have Psychatog and Flametongue Kavu in the thumbnail. Seems good. Now, if only our opponent would finish sideboard. Opponent, you have no clue what's going on over here. You don't know how to sideboard. I guess Infinite Red Blast is probably pretty good. All right, opponent is ready. I am ready. Will I be on the play? Yes. Will I keep this hand? Yes. I awkwardly don't have red mana, but I love this Nightscape Familiar, and hopefully these ices kind of buy us into where we want to be. Because Wish, so good in this matchup. Perish, so strong. Hopefully I don't put myself in a position where I need to perish and stabilize at 6 life, putting myself dead to like everything. That'd be ideal. Here's I guess we'll open on a blue source though. Pass to you, opponent. More Elves is fine. Red source off the top, please. Not quite, huh? I can play my Nightscape Familiar, but that kind of puts me a little bit naked to bolt. But I think if they want to take their turn to bolt and not develop like fires if you have a Maya, that sounds great. So I will just develop the Nightscape. Nightscape isn't really load bearing on how we play our game. It's just a very, very helpful acceleration piece to our double spell turn. Our first red source here should be quite good. Another play we could have taken is to like ice down the forest to stop them from casting fires, for instance, here. That would have been quite good. But we have 3 copies of Perish in our deck, which should be pretty good. We can find them, plus red source. I guess we've got some distance to cover. Purples and forest, red, green, green. There's the fires, yep. Bios. All right, pass to me. 1 red source off the top, pretty please. Rats. I will take a Mana Leak though. Mana Leak sounds fine. Island, I think I'm gonna stop our opponent in their upkeep as well. I just like to tap their red source. Ooh, why not get in for 1? Yes. End step, go to your upkeep, tap for a blue, cast ice, tap red source, draw Flametongue. Yes. Yes, that sounds great. Now I really just need the red source and we're cooking. There's their Ancient Tomb. Strong. All of the Herd? I don't think so. I'm pretty comfortable mana leaking that. Definitely didn't need to tap for the black. They cost 1 to mana leak, Adrian, you goofball. Not that it matters, I didn't have anything to do on black anyway. Back for 1, seems free. You're assuming a defensive posture, I see. Another mana leak is great here. We'll play Underground River, and will I tap down their Ancient Tomb in their upkeep? I think I will. Come on, red source, we need you now. Ice, here, blue, an island. That's the wrong type of land deck. Well, now we're at least in the zone where we should start to draw Factor Fiction, AKs, ways to draw more cards that lead us into red sources. This Flametongue will be good if we can resolve it. If we can't, it's going to look very tough. If they go for a Call of the Herd here, I think we're letting it resolve, blocking it, and regenerating our Nightscape Familiar. Looks like that's what's happening. Call of the Herd. Yeah, you got it. Want to go to combat? Attack me? They don't even want to attack. Interesting. Okay. Don't force the motion. Sure. Untap, draw. Circular Logic looks good here as well. No red source still, but we've got this infinitely regeneratable Nightscape Familiar. So we're going to keep chilling, I guess. Red, green, colorless. Flametongue Kavu. That looks like a mana leak to me. No thanks. Combat. Just get in with the elephant, I assume. Not getting in. That doesn't, luckily for them, I don't have anything to do. But by not attacking, they're leaving me with my mana, which seems wrong. Okay, I'll Duress you. I don't think you have anything, but let's take a look. Oh, they've got a couple things. Pandemonium and Pyroblast. Opponent's Kavu does have the better art. Agreed. This is the art that I have, IRL. I guess we're gonna take Pyroblast because I need this logic to resolve on their Flametongue Kavu. Yeah, we'll take the Pyroblast. We know they have Pandemonium and Flametongue. Here's a land. Literally the first red source, and we're so good. We have not found it. We've gone pretty deep. You know, we're 14 cards into our deck. We've drawn 2 opening hands, not a single red. But at this point, we don't even necessarily need red. Just like straight up Factor Fiction would be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, Flametongue Kavu. This one, I wonder if I'm supposed to... We play this deck in paper sometime? I think so. I've got all the cards for it. I wonder if I'm supposed to counter this or save logic for the Pandemonium, which does just combo us. It's interesting. I think this presents the clock now, which is problematic. Also, if they resolve Pandemonium, Psychatog can do this fun trick where it's lethal. I think I will counter the Flametongue Kavu. Unclear if this is the correct play or not, though. Okay, what else you got, opponent? I've bricked many turns in a row. I can't call them total bricks. I've drawn some counter magic, and that's been good, but a red source would just be great here. Oh, good lord. Deck, come on. Give me a break here. All right, well, time to die to Pandemonium plus Sapling Burst. At the very least, that might be the first time we see the combo on the channel. We've tried to show it off in paper a couple times. It has not come up yet. Land, okay, Sapling Burst. Notably, if they Pandemonium and we draw red, we can like Flametongue Kavu kill both their creatures. That's kind of neat. There's your Pandemonium. All right, now we're in the Sapling Burst waiting room. No attacks, sure. All right, well, let's stop having non-red sources in our deck, I guess. Fetch, Island, fetch, Swamp, untap, draw red source. I'll take a logic. You know what? I will take a logic. Go ahead, opponent. Green, red, Sylvan Library. Absolutely not. Finally found you live on Twitch. Love your content. Great work. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. Another Sylvan Library. Very cool. Love that for us, opponent. All right, deck, now or never. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Here's a Polluted Delta, man. Go ahead. Grab your Sapling Burst. Do you win via Pandemonium if you tap the Tog? With enough resources for the Tog, yes, because you can respond to the Pandemonium trigger and grow the Tog. Very unlucky draw is Requiem, yep. Our opponent's been peeling straight fire. I have drawn, really the amount of lands I'd like to draw, but I've drawn through about 20 cards in my deck and haven't seen a single red source. How many are there? Let's leave the screen while our opponent probably kills us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, pretty unlikely that we don't find one. There's a Call of the Herd. With Pandemonium in play, that's going to be a nightmare. All right, I will regenerate this. Not a single Factor Fiction or AK either. Yep, nothing. Nothing. Stone Cold, nothing. Now they can flash it back. We're still in a position where if we draw a red source, our opponent dies, actually. Not quite dies. They come very close to just being dead. All right, we take 3, and then we take 12 and go to 3. 0.04% chance, by the way, of what? Not top decking the red source in the first 20 cards? Yeah, I take those odds. I'll fetch Tog from the top for the win. Does that do it? It doesn't. It might. Here's a blue source. Time to draw this basic mountain. Okay, that's a sign. That's a fucking sign. 60 cards, take 30, none of 10. Yeah, what a sign that was. All right, we got. We were definitely robbed a little bit, but this deck was actually kind of tantalizing to me. I really like what we got to see here. It wasn't meant to be. So true. It wasn't meant to be. This is obviously my first reps. I've just played this blind. I have no clue what's going on with this deck before I sleeved it up to play it. It's like sweet. If you're a Burning Wish sicko, I really like the versatility it gives you. Nightscape Familiar, criminally underplayed card in the format, I would say. Should you play this deck? Absolutely. Do I think you're winning LobsterCon with it? No. Do I think you're winning your 24-person local Premodern meetup? Maybe. I think you could. I think if you put the reps in, this deck's got the tools. It's really cool. I will not put this at being better than Blue-Black-Tog. I think that is one of the secretly best decks in the format, but I'm going to put this up above Brew Chaff. I'm going to say that this actually has legs. I mean, the tournament that it came out of was the NeonMushroom League, and it got like 9th place out of like 74 players. So it did the stuff. But that's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoyed that. If you didn't, I guess I don't want to help you. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, I will see you next time.